Pop, YouTube family. It's your boy, The White. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Siage. Hope all is well with everybody. With spring fastly coming to an end, that summertime heat and wonderful weather that puts that smile on your face is coming in quick. I actually have 11 good bangers for y'all in the designer realm of things. If you'd like to find out which ones they are, keep it locked. Well, let's get down to business. My first fragrance on the summer 2023 list is Armaf's Club de Nuit Milestone. Beautiful scent. Basically a clone of Creed's Millesime Imperial. What do you get with this one? It's fresh and aquatic and fruity. Little synthetic. I will definitely say that. But what notes stick out as far as this fragrance right here, because I won't spend a lot of time on notes because I got 11 of them for y'all. It is marine. There's some bergamot there, but the mid notes of like a melon note comes in to me in the forefront, and it sticks around throughout the entirety of the fragrance. But as it dries down, that ambroxan and musk comes to the forefront, so you get a musky dry down and some ambroxan. So this one actually projects pretty good. And then when the sillage kick in for this one here, it to me is a dead ringer for Creed's Millesime Imperial. Fragrance 2. YSL Wise, the Eau de Toilette. Now this is the 2017 version. I've smelled the new one, but I would have to say, to me, even though it's a little bit different, a little bit more sweet, it's not different enough to where I have to run out and get that one right there. This one right here, though, the aldehydes and the freshness of this one here, and this is, of course, where it all started when it came to the Y line. What you do get, you get ambergris, you get bergamot. It is a little fizzy, definitely fruity and fresh, but as it dries down, you get that sage note that comes to the forefront, and it's definitely a mass appealing scent profile, one that you can wear anytime, any place, but to me would come to the forefront because it's not as cloying as the EDP for the summer. Next one. We're going to go right back to the house of Y with YSL Y Eau Fraiche. Now this one here is rumored to be discontinued. Very, very beautiful scent. To me, performs excellent in the high heat. And I would have to say this is the one fragrance within that line that strays the farthest from that DNA, being with the sage and the apple and the sweetness. But instead of apple for this one, you got lemon, you got ginger, which provides a little bit of spice and some pepper. But as it dries down, you get a little bit of a woody dry down. And it's, to me, a little fresher in the sense of with spice combined with fresh within the Y line. Next one. A very, very fun scent. And that's, this one here is weird to hold. Tommy Bahama, Set Sail, St. Barts. Now this one here, very, very playful scent. You can pretty much find this one anywhere at your rack stores, whether it be Marshall's or Ross Dress for Less, but I normally get mine from Marshall's. $19.99, so you can't beat the scent profile. While lots of people actually compare it to Creed's Virgin Island Water, when Creed actually puts the rum in there, to me there's a tequila note in here that's not always listed on all the websites, but it's a tequila note in here. And what you also get, you get lime, you get musk, you get some green notes within this fragrance right here. But it performs good in hot weather, but the longevity, it's not a long-term performer as far as I get about 4-5 hours out of it, and then I have to reapply. They also sell the body spray at Marshall's. That's about $7, so you can spray yourself with the body spray, hit yourself with some sprays of this fragrance. You can spray yourself 20 times if you like. It wouldn't be offensive or like overbearing to nobody. But it's a very, very fun scent, one perfect for the beach as well in hot weather. Next one, we're going to go to the house of Rasasi with hawas. While a lot of people get caught up in batch variations and all that kind of stuff, I don't. I don't really do the batch variation thing. A lot of people say it reminds them of the original Invictus. So to me, it falls somewhere between the original Invictus and Invictus Aqua. Uh, I believe it's the 2018 version that they kind of compare it to. But to me, this is a little bit more spicy. It's stronger than all the Invictus ones that I've ever got my nose on. A summertime staple, and even though prices have went up from around that mid 30 range, but it's still between mid 30s and mid 40s, an excellent pickup. And I picked mine up from Amazon. You get the apple, you get the plum, and as it dries down, it gets a little bit of woodiness. Next one, another one that's fairly new to my collection, and that's Missoni Wave. My favorite color being this blue bottle. Got your magnetic cap. Awesome scent there. Now, what do you get with this one? It's fresh and aquatic. You get some mandarin orange and some marine notes in that opening, but as it dries down, you get some clary sage and a little bit of lavender mixed in there. So amongst a lot of other aquatic scents, this one here, the lavender sticks around throughout the entirety of this fragrance. Very, very cost efficient fragrance as long as you buy it at discounters. Now, if you buy it at retail price, I think it's about $80 for that bottle. But I got mine out of Marshall's when around the Christmas time when they was actually stocking the shelves up to par, and I got this for $31.99. For that price point, it's a steal price, and it actually performs. I get about 7 to 8 hours out of this scent. Next one that's a love or hate type of scent profile, but that's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. While this one here is also rumored to be discontinued, it possesses one of the most realistic, photorealistic grapefruit notes that I've ever got my nose on. It's more of not the juicy part of citrus part of a grapefruit. It's more of the rind, like if you grinded up the skin of a grapefruit and put it into a scent. But it's an awesome scent profile as far as I'm concerned. I actually like the grapefruit. But if you don't like it, you may not care for it too much. You do get some bergamot. As it begins to dry down, it's ozonic throughout the entirety of the fragrance. But once you get to the dry down all the way, you get a little bit of patchouli, hints of the greens parts of it, and some musk in your dry down. Awesome summertime scent, and it performs. And one thing about this scent profile, I can say it's unique in the instance of other people won't be smelling like that, especially if they don't necessarily care or understand that grapefruit note. Next one, the lemon meringue pie offering within this list. Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Now this one here has an awesome opening. You do get that lemon meringue pie vibe out of this one. But one thing I can say about this one here, which I never got my nose on the toilette version of this one, I've heard that it projects a little bit more than this one. This one projects maybe about an arm's length, but after the first couple of hours, it begins to come closer to the skin. And as far as me learning to not always want something to be beast mode just because of the name or just because of however much it costs, this one here to me isn't necessarily beast mode, but the scent bubble that it leaves around you is amazing. Very creamy, very fruity with the lemon opening. But as you dry down, you get some sweetness from bourbon vanilla and tonka bean, and a little bit of musk and cedarwood in the dry down from what I've gotten out of it. Awesome for the summer. Next one. Freshly poured glass of lemonade with Dior Homme cologne. This one here, what do you get? Strong lemon in the opening. Very, very fresh. Very, very resemblance of, like I said, a freshly poured glass of lemonade. And I'm not talking about that sour lemonade. I'm talking about that good lemonade where you pour half a bag of sugar in it. And when it's scorching hot outside, it's refreshing to the fullest. As it dries down for this one here and you get past the bergamot, that more resembles lemon if you ask me, you get grapefruit blossom, which I don't know a whole lot about that versus actual grapefruit within the fragrance. And it begins to be really, really musky throughout the entirety of the fragrance. The only knock on this one, most people kind of give it a bad name as far as longevity, but it's one that smells so good, reapplying won't make you upset. Just buy you a bigger bottle, spray more times. Very, very cooling and refreshing for the summer. Second to last, a new one to my collection, and that's Terren Eau Givree. Now, what do you get with this one? From the very opening spray, for me, you get a cooling sensation along with that citron note that also mixes well with the grapefruit that's within the fragrance. But most people promote this thing here as citron, some juniper berries that kind of gives you like a gin tonic vibe. But what I get even over that is some spice with that citron and some grapefruit. And then as it dries down, you get a little bit of a spicy green tinge to it, but there's like a metallic vibe when it comes to this fragrance that gives you that cooling, that actually gives you some refreshing thoughts and refreshing feeling when it comes to a spicy hot day. And last but not least, one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection, Club de Nuit Intense Man, and this is the Eau de Parfum concentration. Always compared to Creed Aventus, which, I mean, it gives you that. Performs double the time that Creed Aventus actually performs when it comes to longevity. It projects heavier than Creed Aventus, but what you get those same vibes. You get that pineapple, you get that lemon in the opening, you get the smoky birch in the mid on into the dry down. It dries down to be woody with some vanilla hints in there, but this one here performs twice as long as the actual Creed Aventus. It's a compliment monster, and from my point of view, considering that the way my budget is set up, spraying Creed Aventus every day as your signature scent won't work for me. This one here is even more than a substitute. I would say it's right there neck and neck. It may not be quite as smooth, but this one will be considered my signature scent and one that will be in heavy rotation this summer. These 11 fragrances right here, as far as the designer realm of things, will be in heavy rotation. I recommend that you get your nose on each and every one of them, to be honest with you. And I could actually go as far as to say, out of this 11, you need to at least blind buy at least 2 of them. If you don't have every one of these in your collection, or especially any of them, you need to get at least 2 of them and put them in your collection, because I promise you, when you're moving around this summer, you're going to enjoy it, and it's going to be a pleasant, not only experience for you, but anybody around you. Other than that, that's my time. Peace.